but like they would be my 8A choice as of right now.
Of course, so I would say, bringing up Rockledge, Crazy Me picks Rockledge to beat them. Well, to beat St. Indians, and then they go out and lose 42-7.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Like I said, as bad as they got beat, because like I said, you can't necessarily daisy chain, but I would probably say I'm higher on the WCAC, which is the DC conference, than. I mean, I think everybody really respects them. I thought, a lot of people thought that they were down this year just simply because St. John's didn't show well, But then DeMatha, who's obviously also a WCAC team, they came out and they beat the doors off of St. Ignatius 42-0. So, and then when you see that result mixed with the St. Ignatius win over Rockledge, I think it kind of shows you that DC is pretty formidable, and maybe the top of Florida isn't as good as it usually is.
Yeah, I think we've actually had a couple people that basically felt that Florida is trending down in a way. I don't know if it's really trending down. I just think it's just one of those years it's kind of a rough year overall at the top. Feels like it's kind of like a transition year for Florida. That the normal powers are not really having their best year, and then there hasn't really been one to step up to that highest level quite yet.
Yeah, I don't think Florida is trending down by any means. I think that they're just. It's a down year. I don't think many people could disagree with it being a down year, but no, I don't think 1 year makes a trend.
Well, we definitely hit on some pretty good topics today. Obviously, I'll be checking out our district game for over in Jacksonville later in the week. Any notable games that you're going to keep your eye on for this week?
I have the top 10 games. I'm interested to kind of see. It's funny because it's the start of WCAC. I like that conference a lot. I think the Gonzaga Good Counsel game. Good Counsel has a stellar defense. They just don't have much of a quarterback. So I'm going to see, I'm interested to see how Gonzaga handles that. As we mentioned, the bounce back game for Bosco is definitely one that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on, just from a national standpoint of how good, are they, like I said, elite, or are they just really, 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 really good? And I think that game will definitely help us with that, But for the Jersey people, the SJR Bergen game's a big one. But yeah, this week is not. After all these huge out of conference games, in the first half of the year, we're kind of settling in more to local play now, so you don't get as much as the marquee matchups, but you get a chance to see who can get it done week in and week out.
I guess that's why St. Francis IMG next week, and then St. John Bosco Mater Dei the week after are going to be such huge games, just because the slate has kind of slowed down a bit.
Yeah, this week is definitely slow compared to every week before, and then, like you said, we have the big ones the next 2 weeks for national ramifications. But every week there's definitely good games. They might not all be as flashy, but they're definitely they set the tone for state supremacy, not necessarily national supremacy. And you get a lot of good rivalry games in there, and that's what makes that's what makes high school football fun. There's always a big game somewhere.
I definitely agree. Scott, thank you for joining us. I hope to be able to bring you back on maybe in a future episode. It was definitely good having you on.
All right, for sure. Thanks for having me.
And that's all, folks, for today's episode.